It's been another dramatic week, both in the Senedd and on the campaign trail. We'll be discussing the latest. Welcome to Politics Wales. Bore da, good morning. It's been another rollercoaster week for Welsh Labour. There's no doubting the polls continue to look good for the party in the general election, but at the same time, the turbulence surrounding their leader here in Wales shows no sign of easing. Here's a reminder of how the last few days have unfolded. Well, a little earlier, I spoke to Ken Skates, the Cabinet Secretary for North Wales and Transport, and began by asking him, is the First Minister ignoring the will of the Welsh Parliament? What about this issue of ignoring the will of the Senedd? That's a dangerous precedent, is it not?
Well, I think
The circumstances of the vote, the fact remains that the majority of the Senedd expressed their lack of confidence in Vaughan Gething as First Minister. And people in your own party are saying, David Davis, former government special advisor, Mark Drakeford's campaign manager, said you cannot behave like the only legitimate motion passed in the Senedd is won by your own party. OK, so you're not moving on that. But what next then? How are you going to govern when none of the other parties have confidence in him? How are you going to practically get legislation through? It's an impotent government, is it not, with a lame duck leader? So you're saying to the people of Wales, hang on a minute, you don't need a government here in Wales because there's a general election on and the Labour Party's distracted? Now, have you ever considered what it's like to stand for election? Well, over the next few weeks, we'll be hearing from first-time candidates from across the political spectrum, asking them just that. We start this week with Labour's Joanna Stallard, and I caught up with her earlier this morning and began by asking her what drew her to get involved in politics. With the Labour Party from a young age, why the Labour Party? Gender, you know, lots of women in politics have a really hard time with online abuse and that kind of thing. You will have seen that from your experiences within the Labour Party. Did that make you think twice about standing?
100%.
And how does it work? You've been campaigning for months already, haven't you? But how does it work with, you know, juggling a job and the rest of your life with this kind of really intense period of campaigning? How do you juggle it?
Yes.
Joanna Stallard, thank you very much. Now, also standing in Dwyfor Meirionnydd are Liz Saville-Roberts for Plaid Cymru, Thomas Day for the Conservatives, Phoebe Jenkins for the Liberal Democrats and Lucy Murphy for Reform. And a full list of candidates can be found on the BBC website. And that is it for this week. My thanks to my guests. The panel will be back next week if you'd like to get in touch. The email address is on the screen below. I'll be back next Sunday at 10, but until then, have a great week.